D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read those for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read it out loud to you and everything. Now, before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, especially now, are just getting pushed to further back into the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that we've got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these stories? So for my first story this week, HBO has ordered a superhero movie making comedy. And this is from Sam Mendes and Veep creator Armando Iannucci. I don't know how to say his name. But these are the two gentlemen right here. The one with white hair and the beard, that's Armando or Sam Mendes, and then Armando Iannucci is the bald guy, Anyways, okay, so it says HBO has ordered a comedy pilot about the making of a superhero movie, Variety has learned. Which I think this, when you get into this article, it sounds interesting, and I'll talk about it as we get further into this. The half-hour pilot is titled The Franchise. It follows a hopeful crew trapped inside a dysfunctional, nonsensical, joyous hellscape of franchise superhero movie making. If and when they finally make the day, the question they must face is this Hollywood's new dawn or cinema's last stand? Is this a dream factory or a chemical plant? I like how they did that with the whole Joker thing. Anyways, okay. According to an individual with knowledge of the project, Sam Mendes came up with the original idea for the show and put the project together. The pilot story was written by John Brown, Keith Aukshi, and Armando Iannucci, with Brown and Aukshi writing the pilot. Brown will also serve as writer, executive producer, showrunner, and Aukshi will be executive producer and writing. Is attached to write. Somebody is yada yada yada. Mendes will direct the pilot and executive produce via Neil Street Productions. We got some other people. Now, Iannucci is best known to American audience as creating the critically acclaimed HBO political satire Veep, which was an American adaptation of Iannucci's British sitcom The Thick of It. I've never seen The Thick of It, but I have heard people talk about how great The Thick of It is with what was his name? He became a doctor. Like the 13th Doctor or whatever. I can't remember his name. Oh, what is his name? And he was just in the Suicide Squad movie. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The series was a major awards player during its run, including winning the Emmy for Best Comedy Series 3 years in a row, which is great. And then what does it say? Deal with HBO. He also created the premium caliber comedy series Avenue 5. And Avenue 5, that was that show about that spaceship, or that space like cruise liner or whatever. That show was okay. I think that only lasted 1 season, right? It might be in 2 seasons. I only watched the first season because then COVID hit and they couldn't make a second season. Anyways, then see, he is repped. Who cares? The pilot will mark the first Mendes has directed for television, though he has executive produced several TV shows in the past. Mendes won the Academy Award. Okay, so I think that this sounds pretty good. I think this is kind of like a, like a fun take on, like they did with Veep, like it was like a comedy kind of thing about, the vice president / president or whatnot. And I think that this will be a funny thing also about superhero movie making. And I think that it's an interesting story. And I do think that it sounds interesting as far as that goes. I've never seen all of Veep. I've only seen a couple episodes here and there. It was pretty funny. It was kind of like, for me personally, it was kind of like The Office. I didn't really care for The Office. I didn't think The Office was that funny. but maybe it's just because that's not my type of humor. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe I only watched the first season, and a lot of people tell me that the first season is the worst of Office. So we'll see. But I would check this out. I would check it out, see if it's any good. If it is good, I'll praise it up and down. If it's bad, then whatever. But and if I don't check it out, then oh well, life goes on. So that is my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, you guys, this comes from Deadline, my favorite. So I'm going to read all of this article and everything, but the thing that really gets me like excited the most is the Les Grossman movie story. So it says Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie, those two. Tom Cruise is Christopher McQuarrie's muse, I guess. Anyways, so they're plotting new musical action thriller and more Les Grossman while speed flying through Mission Impossible 8. Which is going to be in 2 parts, which I didn't know that. I was like, oh man. So there's Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise, and it says, as Top Gun Maverick passed 1.3 billion, good for them. That movie is really good. To climb to 13th place on the all-time worldwide gross list. Star Tom Cruise and producer Christopher McQuarrie are in early stages of setting up 3 very different projects. They are still in the thick of Mission Impossible 8. Part 1 and Part 2. Cruise was recently photographed in the UK's Lake District, participating in what appears to be the next death-defying stunt, something called speed flying. Sources said that Cruise and McQuarrie are hatching 3 new film projects. One is an original song and dance style musical they'll craft as a star vehicle for Cruise. They are also setting up another original action film with franchise potential, and they are also fixated on Les Grossman. The latter is the gruff, dance-happy studio executive Cruise played in Cameo for Tropic Thunder. It's unclear if they will create a whole movie around Grossman or borrow him for inclusion in either of the other vehicles. Now, I just have to say right now, I hope it's a movie because that character was amazing. So Cruise has long been interested in doing a musical. Now, I have to just say right now, as far as musical goes right now, I personally, hold on, we're going to play this while there we go. So I personally, he was in, what was that musical that he was in? Oh shoot, I forget. It was a Rock of Ages. And I thought he was a pretty decent singer, he was, I mean, yeah, he was a pretty decent singer. He was good at it and everything. So I would watch a musical with him in it. Anyways, he learned to sing like a rock star in Rock of Ages. I should have that's where I got it from, and would dance as well. With all 3 of these scripts to be written by McQuarrie in collaboration with Cruise. Also looming large is an untitled film that Cruise intends to make with director Doug Liman and McQuarrie producing. The one they'll shoot in outer space. Now, I think that sounds very interesting, shooting it in outer space and Tom Cruise going to outer space. It sounds very interesting, and I'll definitely be checking that out when it comes out. I'll watch anything Tom Cruise is in because even though he's kooky and everything, I still like it. And I think he's a good actor. With NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX, since Deadline broke the story about this plan, Universal signed on to be the studio. As Deadline subsequently reported, they've aligned with SE1, producing launched entertainment that will dock. Okay. So much for the notion that Cruise is slowing down at 60. Now, he is not. He is pulling straightforward. Floor moves as Grossman. Here's a reminder, and I love this part right here. Hold on. Let's fast forward to where he's dancing. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Oh, I gotta mute it. I don't want to get a look at him. That's so good. So here he is dancing. So if they do a Les Grossman, hold on, that's it. Okay. So here he is dancing. So if they do a Les Grossman movie with this guy, he was my favorite part of Tropic Thunder, even though like the whole movie is good. And I know some people online were all like, oh, it's not nice to be mean to people in Hollywood. And I just go, you know what? Maybe you need to head over to Walmart and pick up a thicker pair of skin, because you know what, that's just real life. And you know, I'm so sick and tired of people like, he was mean to me. Maybe you needed to be mean to, because you're just, you know, incapable of doing things correctly or whatnot. Some people are like that. You just got to tell them harshly. But I really I hope this Les Grossman movie gets made. I hope it gets made into a movie, like a full-blown movie. I would watch it. I'll go to theaters opening weekend, all that good stuff. Yeah. Alrighty. So that is my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week. Okay, so this is also from Deadline, my favorite. Michelle Yeoh, Stanley Tucci, Jason Alexander, Brian Cox, and Jenny Slate round out the cast of the Russo brothers' next film at Netflix. They just recently did The Gray Man. Here it just says right. As The Gray Man climbs the all-time viewership ranks on Netflix, Joe and Anthony Russo are moving fast on their next event film at the streamer and putting together quite the ensemble. Sources tell Deadline that Michelle Yeoh, Stanley Tucci, Jason Alexander, Brian Cox, and Jenny Slate are set to join The Electric State, starring Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. Now, I just have to say really quickly, The Gray Man, didn't like it. It was not good. It was not a good movie. The action sequences were good, but overall the movie sucked. I mean, if we're just going to get into it, the story was like so convoluted. I was just like, what's going on here? I think they're just talking because they need words. They can't just have a 2-hour fight sequence, which, I mean, I would watch that. Well, go watch The Raid. That's pretty much what The Raid is. That's such a good movie. I love those. I love both Raid and Raid 2. Anyways, so Millie Bobby Brown are in it, and so are Chris Pratt. Yay! Everybody's going to hate it because Chris Pratt is in it, and they hate Chris Pratt for some reason. Anyways, the Russos will direct, with Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely adapting the script. The Russos and Mike LaCora are producing. That's nice. Okay, Netflix recently acquired the pick after it hit the market this year, and production is set to start in the fall. The film is based on adaptations of the illustrated novel by Simon Stålhag, and is set in a retro-futuristic past where an orphaned teenager, Brown, traverses the American West with a sweet but mysterious robot, an electric drifter, in search of her younger brother. Angela Russo Ostastos, Jake, oh gosh, there's so many freaking names, are going to executive produce, while this Nick Nesbitt guy will oversee for Netflix. Good for you, Mr. Nesbitt. Anyways, details of the new cast additions roles are unknown, but insiders say Cox and Slate will voice CGI characters in the pick, so they might be robots also. That'll be fun. I do like both of them. I love Brian Cox. He's just great. And then Jennifer Slate. Is it Jenny Slate? Jenny Slate. Yeah, Jenny Slate. I call her Jennifer. Sorry. I do like her too. She can be pretty funny. Anyways, the streamer and AGO are off to a great start. Not only The Gray Man recently becoming the 5th most watched movie in the streamer, but Extraction, which the AGBO also produced, became that was a good movie. Yeoh, repped by, okay, all these people's rep. They always put who they're repped by. Like, I care. You don't care either. All right. So I do think that, okay, so with Cox and Slate voicing CGI characters, I do think Michelle Yeoh will play a more physical role. You know, she is very good at fight sequences. I mean, she's, you know, every movie that she's in and that she has a fight sequences in, she's very good. I love Michelle Yeoh. I love her so much. She's so, everybody on this cast, she's the only one I would save from a fire. You know, she's just fantastic. She's so like elegant, and I just love everything about her. I can say nothing but nice things about Michelle Yeoh. I love her so much. Anyways, Stanley Tucci is also such a great actor. I love Stanley Tucci. He is fantastic. Same with Jason Alexander. Jason Alexander is so funny. I love him. So I hope that this movie is good. It sounds fun. Millie Bobby Brown's okay. I love Chris Pratt too. Yeah. I'm excited for this movie, I think. I don't know. The Russo brother, The Gray Man was really not that good. Like, the fight sequences were good, and I enjoyed those, but the story, like I said, it was so all over. I was like, what's going on here? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe I'm the dummy. I don't think so though, because I've talked to some people and they're like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I loved it when they started fighting. I'm like, yeah, me too. It was like a lot of like, they might as well just be like fight sequence. So maybe that's what this will be, just another one of this. So that is my third and final story of this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about Sam Mendes and Armando Iannucci doing this, like this kind of, I'm guessing satirical backstage kind of movie making of a superhero franchise. Do you think this sounds good to you? Do you think this sounds dumb? Do you like Veep? Did you like that Avenue 5? Do you like these guys' work? I personally, like I said, Veep, I only watched a couple episodes, but what I did watch, I did like. And then that Avenue 5, I did watch that first season and I did like it. So, I mean, maybe I will like this also. And I hope it turns out well because it's about superheroes and I love to see that stuff. And then tell me, what do you guys think about this Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, all this? You can tell me what you think about all three projects, but I think the one that sounds the best is this Les Grossman movie because I love that character. It was so funny. Like I said, it was the best part of Tropic Thunder for me personally, but I really liked it a lot. And I really can't wait to see that character because it was so interesting to see Tom Cruise transform and everything. Like you could tell it was Tom Cruise, but it looked like Tom Cruise if it just let himself go, and went bald. That would be so great. But I really did like it. I can't wait to see that movie. And then finally, tell me, what do you think about Michelle Yeoh, Stanley Tucci, Jason Alexander, Brian Cox, and Jenny Slate joining the cast for this Russo brothers Netflix film? Do you think it sounds great, or do you think it might be another dud, in my opinion, like Gray Man? I mean, a lot of people watched it, but of course you watched it, but that just because you watched it doesn't mean it's good. It could still be bad. But like I said, I'm not I listen, I hope it's good because I love everybody on this cast, but you never know. It could be a big dud. All right, you guys. So tell me what you think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.